You're right, Carl. Linen is expensive, and we should kill all the white people, which is what this book says. Oh, hello! I didn't see you there. Today we're going to watch the new Ghostbusters trailer. I'm sure it'll be great. Oh yeah, of course. Sorry. Alright, this time.
Aaron, no one's up. Hell no, the devil is a liar!
For too long, the real heroes of culture have sat idly by and let feminism destroy everything great about society. But with this Ghostbusters trailer, it's time to fight back. You can tell it's feminist because there's worms in it. What's next? The Stay Puft Marshmallow Woman? They're taking our movies and our video games, and soon there'll be nothing left. Busting used to make us all feel good, but now I'm lonely. I'm lonely and it's everyone else's fault. But what are we supposed to do about it? Who are we gonna telephone? Oh hey. What's all this then? Oh, I'm doing an over-the-top satirical parody of the people who think the Ghostbusters trailer is destroying the world. Yeah, well, the thing about that is, MRAs and anti-feminists have gotten so ridiculous at this point that it's almost indistinguishable from parody. It's impossible to do. I mean, not even Roosh knows which of his articles are satire anymore. You know, that's actually a really good point, isn't it? Ugh. Nah, this is stupid. We'll do it the normal way. Come on, Mort. Oh, God. Man, that would have been a really stupid gimmick to do in a whole video, right? Hey, wait, hold on. I think you dropped this!
Luckily, you don't need me to tell you the trailer's bad. You can go and watch it, or any of the 100 million people who already watched it and reacted to it.
But whatever, you know, it's a bad trailer. It doesn't mean feminists have destroyed Ghostbusters. Feminism is going to destroy Ghostbusters! Stop it. We already agreed we're not doing this. Oh, really? You know, we had to pay extra to express ship this hat, right? Oh no, we bought a cheap-ass fedora on eBay. It's a trilby! How dare you! What's more important to me is showcasing one of, if not the, greatest overreactions to a bad trailer in film history. I'm talking, of course, about Thunderfoot.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters. This time it's a progressive, politically correct chick flick.
Thunderf00t, shown here failing to debate noted creationist moron Eric Hovind so badly, his best rebuttals consist of calling him a retard in post, knows the truth. Feminism is a threat to Ghostbusters. He's also notable, of course, for making videos about, for example, a woman he thinks is wrong, 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 and a different woman he thinks is wrong. Oh, and a couple dozen more about that first woman, just to make sure you know she's wrong. You know, the ground has to be properly covered. She's wrong. Did I make that clear enough? Okay, no, maybe a couple more. There we go. Now we can put it to rest and rant about the new Ghostbuster film. It's Ghostbusters, but that's fine. Sure, get the name of the film wrong. That doesn't impact your argument at all. Thunderfoot appears to have a problem with this picture taken on set because, you see,
yeah, it's a bunch of privileged middle-class women who think that merely having a certain set of sexual organs makes them special. However, these women don't actually realise that taking a picture where you've deliberately and completely excluded people by their sex is kind of archetypal sexism.
Oh, how exclusionary! There's no men in this picture. Oh yeah, that's the real problem, not the seemingly systematic exclusion of women from working on film sets, or anything. You know, makes you think, who are the real sexists? Answer, these women. Look how happy they are to have jobs. You are parasites on other people's creativity, and their grammar, apparently. Help, the feminists have attached themselves to my veins and they're drawing out my ability to spell and type. Ah! Why weren't there men in this picture? Where are the men?
It's the sort of crazy lack of self-awareness that allows you to pronounce that 100% of white people are racists, but black people can't be racist.
Wait, why is he cutting to a clip from CBSN? What does this have to do with Ghostbuster? Oh, I get it. He thinks this person saying something stupid on TV is somehow representative of feminism as a whole? Really? Is that the shit he's pulling? Is he really pulling that? Is this not a joke? Because this argument is about as stupid as it would be to use the time Thunderfoot didn't have a very good debate with Eric Hovind as proof that all atheists are bad at debates.
Is it impossible? Is it an absolute impossibility for God to exist?
There is, when you say, is it impossible? It is a malformed question.
Can you unask that question, please? This is why atheism doesn't look credible to so many people, because when asked a really straight up question, the answer is, the question is wrong. Oh god. I mean, no, sorry, I can't say that because there isn't one. About 36 minutes into the video, Thunderfoot declares victory and tries to run away, presumably in the hopes that he can edit the video enough to make it look like he really did win. Instead, he just settled on calling him a retard over and over, which, as we know, is basically proof that you're right. Hovind stops him by asking perhaps the easiest question a human has ever been asked.
Is everybody's reasoning valid?
Oh, I can see the cogs turning. Is everybody's reasoning valid? What's his answer gonna be?
We are humans. We have the same genome. Everyone here has more or less the same genome.
He waffles for like a straight minute about how humans have brains. I mean, that's almost an answer to the question. A better answer would be no, but his was good too. I guess I just don't have the quick thinking skills he does.
Even when he's right, this guy's bad at arguing. I'm beginning to have some sympathy for creationism, he's so bad. Aha! Logical fallacy! That's a logical fallacy! You can't, just because someone's bad at arguing doesn't make their argument wrong or someone else's argument right. That's correct, my joke was technically fallacious, but it was also a joke. No, you have to unsay it now, because if not, I'll send my army of followers to pick apart that one joke you made and ignore the actual point of the video. I'm doing you a favour. Unsay it now. Okay, you know what? Fine, I will. Are you happy? Do I look happy to you? Everywhere I look, even in trailers for science fiction comedy films, I see feminists trying to take over and force their agenda down our throats. And this is somehow everyone else's fault but mine. I'm so rational. I'm rational. This is what a patriarch looks like.
So far, Thunderfoot's two biggest problems with the new Ghostbusters film is that there weren't any men in a picture taken to celebrate how many women were working on the film, and that this guy on an unrelated TV broadcast said something stupid. Oh, I smell a Razzie already. If you celebrate the difference in gender ratio from the production staff on your film to another film, that's basically the same as demanding people respect your vagina. It's literally the same thing. No, wait. I'm sure he's getting his actual reasoning why Ghostbusters is bad soon. I mean, we're only, halfway through.
I mean, you recall a while back, Anita Sarkeesian pitched this...
Even this video is about Anita Sarkeesian. He can never stop talking about her. Ghostbusters is bad. Let me tell you about Anita. Didn't she make this video in like 2013? I mean, what the fuck? Thunderfoot spends literally half this video, which let me remind you was supposed to be about Ghostbusters, labouring this basic point. 1. Anita Sarkeesian proposed a game idea as a thought experiment in 2013. 2. Anita Sarkeesian didn't actually make this game because Anita Sarkeesian makes videos for the internet. Therefore, she secretly thinks that idea was full of shit and wouldn't be profitable, and therefore, feminist criticism itself is all garbage.
She was so confident that this game would be successful that she spent not 1 cent of her almost $1 million of funding trying to make this into a game.
And that's why Ghostbusters is...
It's a damn sight easier to be a critic than a creator.
Thunderf00t then cuts to some of the experiments he's done, as if in order to criticise art, you have to have done science experiments in an unrelated field of study. It's okay, Thunderf00t's allowed to criticise other people's creative work because he's done beekeeping. Where's Anita's bees? Hashtag where's Anita's bees? He also spends a good chunk of time regurgitating these memes of Anita Sarkeesian where they take comments she made about gender signifiers and character design in fictional media and twist it to somehow mean that she thinks real-life women shouldn't wear pink, or dress up at all, or have earrings. Criticising women for how they dress. Oh, how rational! Because that's what Anita was doing. Let me remind you that this is a video about Ghostbusters, and half of it is spent complaining that Anita Sarkeesian sometimes wears pink.
Which is one of the reasons why this girl power trailer here currently has over 1/3 million dislikes.
Oh, that's why people didn't like the Ghostbusters trailer. Thanks, Thunderf00t. But let's move on to his other video about Ghostbusters. Yeah, he made 2, because in the words of Willie Shakespeare, brevity is the soul of idiots. Talk forever about things you don't like. Never stop talking about them. That'll prove you right. I'm rational. I'm rational. Sexual harassment isn't a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Ah! This video's even better because he starts to complain not just about the fact WOMs are in the film and inexplicably claiming they think having a vagina makes them special, but he even stops to get upset about the production design.
Women who go to all the trouble of getting radiation warning signs just to put a little heart in the middle of them, 'cause, you know, chick flick.
You see, it's feminist, because they drew a heart on the proton pack. That's not even what hearts look like in real life. They're not even pink, you see? Yes, men have hearts too. This is an unrealistic depiction of anatomy, which is what Ghostbusters is all about, after all. God, I'm so rational.
He even takes the time to recast feminists criticising the trailer as proof that feminism is eating itself.
Oh god, I love the bloodbath when the progressive stack intersectional social justice warriors eat each other.
Oh yeah, it's really a bloodbath.
I really was not pleased with the way that Leslie Jones was portrayed, at least in the trailer.
Feminism is collapsing! The empire is falling! Run for your lives! Ah! He also brings up the photograph again a few more times. Imagine seeing women simply celebrating having a greater level of representation in a place where statistically they usually don't, and feeling threatened by it. So much so that you have to keep bringing it up across multiple videos. Thunderf00t's the sort of guy who will criticise a documentary for being weirdly obsessive about Anita Sarkeesian, while being weirdly obsessive about Anita Sarkeesian, so much so that he agreed to appear in the documentary! I'm beginning to think the man's a little bit obsessive about this one woman. Just a little bit. The great French psychoanalytic theorist Jacques Lacan, is that how you pronounce it? I've done no research. Once claimed that it's possible for a belief or action to be pathological or obsessive, even if the belief is technically accurate. Let's take for granted for a moment that Anita Sarkeesian really is wrong about everything. Even her subjective opinions of art are now objectively wrong somehow. Why then does Thunderf00t feel the need to keep saying she's wrong over and over and over for literally years? If she had simply been wrong, people could have criticised her work and moved on, or just, ignored her. But instead, even when talking about something completely unrelated, like Ghostbusters, there's an inescapable need to mediate it by talking about her. Imagine if I reviewed the Star Wars trailer by talking at length about how awful Kevin is, that piece of shit, trying to upstage me with his overly white smile. He didn't make a video game he had an idea for 2 years ago, that wanker. Why didn't he learn programming and actually make it, which is obviously what he said he was going to do. And that's why Star Wars is bad. I would seem a little obsessed, wouldn't I? To Thunderfoot and his followers, or shall we say, foot soldiers, feminism is a singular, monolithic entity that's out to take away our games and films and doesn't create anything except for, the film they created, and for whom any particular feminist is so interchangeable with Anita Sarkeesian that you might as well rant about her instead of the subject at hand. It's almost silly of me to have chosen Ghostbusters as my reason to talk about Thunderfoot, because ultimately, his videos aren't about Ghostbusters, or even feminists, or even Anita Sarkeesian. They're a 2-minute hate, although Thunderfoot isn't merciful enough to make his videos that short, directed at the straw man that has been made of Anita Sarkeesian as some sort of load-bearing icon of feminism over hours and hours and hours of videos calling her a lying monster who wants you to respect her vagina. You know, that thing she famously said, ever. Is this rational? Are Thunderfoot's videos indicative of how to approach any issue in the world? Or is it just easily digestible, self-aggrandizing propaganda? Even Thunderfoot himself occasionally finds himself wondering why, despite making dozens and dozens and dozens of videos on the topic, somehow he hasn't yet destroyed feminism. It's almost as if making videos designed to affirm an audience that they're already right doesn't actually change anyone's mind, and won't make a large and diverse school of thought spontaneously evaporate. And that's not even to mention that this isn't the first terrible Ghostbusters trailer. Close to, if not literally none, of the footage Thunderfoot showed when he was trying to demonstrate what made the originals good is in the trailer for the original film. It's edited more like a horror trailer, when Ghostbusters is pretty objectively a sex comedy with mild horror elements. And by mild horror elements, I mean this one scene is pretty scary, and the rest is a comedy. At this point, it's pretty much standard for a Ghostbusters trailer to be bad. In a way, all good films resist being turned into trailers, leaving something missing from them. I'm not saying the new film is going to be good, I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's good or not. I'm saying that having a bad trailer is the most Ghostbusters thing there is.
This is, in a kind of paradoxical way, a good sign for the film. At least I hope it is. I like it when films are good, personally. But even then, if it's bad, it's just going to be a bad film. It's not going to be proof that the feminists are coming to get us. The feminists are coming to get us! What? Why? They heard this video wasn't going to be enough about how special it is to have a vagina, which is what feminism is all about, after all. So they're coming to get us! They're going to tie us down and read the vagina monologues to us until we submit! Have you actually read the vagina monologues? Some of them are actually pretty engaging. No! There's no time! Take only what's important! Well, I better get packing and go on the run again. But first, a word from our Patreon sponsors.
If you're wondering why your name isn't here, it's because Patreon doesn't actually charge people's cards until the end of the month, so everyone who joined me this month will get into the credits next time. I promise this isn't some trick to save me from having to write more credits. I'd like to make special thanks to Amanda Beverly, Alexander Corbett, Kieran Dackler, Jason Walter, Bob Leonard, Rob Brunt, Jenny Angel, Tyler J, and Kevin M. Knippi, who got in touch and told me how to pronounce his name. Thanks. At least I hope that was him. Oh no. If anyone wants a different name in the credits from their Patreon name, feel free to message me and let me know.
Thanks for watching, and an extra special thanks to Corwin Light Williams, whose name I keep spelling wrong. It's really stupid of me. I don't even know how. I spelled it wrong differently twice. I have no idea what's wrong with me. I'm going to take my two most prized possessions, a book I haven't read, and a sword I stole from a Chester Youth Theatre production of Richard III about 6 years ago, and I know some of you recognise this because I know you follow me on YouTube, and I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Shit! There we go, alright.